Okay, so I'm gonna start by quickly showing you this Python and JavaScript code. So I just create the class column, create the cages, the call buttons inside of each one, making sure each floor has an up and down floor. Finding the cage, these are my conditions. I go by the shortest gap first, and then it goes by some other ones. I have a class to call the cage, takes a couple of parameters, and this is my cage constructor. Send request to add to the queue, the logic behind operating the cage. All this is commented out if you'd like to get more detail about every function here. My move up, move down, close door functions. I'm not sure exactly what they're called in Python. And my class to create call buttons and cage buttons. These are my build scenarios that I built. They're basically the 3 scenarios that were given to us during the algo week. And the JavaScript code is not much different at all. I go through the same steps here as well. Literally just change the syntax. That's how I did that. So I'm gonna start by showing you the Python. So I have the method, the function here, test case scenario set up. So it's the scenario 1 from last week. All I gotta do is just, or all you have to do as well, if you'd like to test it yourself, is cancel it or remove the comment out, save it, and then you can run the code, and the output shows up. You can comment it out, go to the second one, undo that, make sure you hit save, run the code again, and it shows the other scenario. It's not, doesn't have time delays, it just displays it all at once. And just to show the third one works as well. Oops, that's a fail. So it was just an indentation error. Good thing. Just gonna run that again. It should work. Yep. And so that's how that one works. Just gonna move that back. And the way I was working on when building my JavaScript file, I wasn't sure how to make it run in OBS VS Code, so I just run it through the console log. I have it linked with HTML file, but you could use it in either Node. I don't have that set up. You could use repel.it. I use that for a couple things too. But over here, it's basically you can either you can uncomment the comments that I have made. There's all the details in the README file, or you can just hit test 1, make sure you put the parentheses after, you run it, and it'll run that. And if you like, there's a test scenario, the second test scenario, and the third test scenario. Okay. If you'd like, you can see how when you create your own column. So let's create a column and create a new column. And the way I made it that you can put as many cages as you want. So let's say I don't just want 10 cages, let's say I want 15 floors and say 5 cages. Well, I can do that, and it shows you the objects with 5 cages. There's the call buttons. I make sure that the bottom floor and the top floor do not have a up and a down button, because you can't go down from the bottom floor, you can't go up from the top floor. And this is the cage array. Alright, so that was it. Hope you liked the video. Thank you.